Happy Sunday, all. Oh, let's go, Christopher. What do we got here? Is this Chaos Chosen? Alright. How much claw have you got? No claw yet. I see 2 heads. I see dodge. And an ogre with guard. Christopher, I feel like you've been... I recognise your name. Have you watched the channel before? You're not first-time viewers, so obviously you have. I recognise the name. A bit.
Nice jump, Alistair!
Prophet-of-basso, Screwfix just resubbed for 16 months. He loved the smell of blood in the morning.
You don't have to leave. There's no such thing as stream sniping in this. Damn, that's a nice kick.
Nice jump, Alistair!
Adfire 6 just resubbed for 44 months. 44 months of gaming, failing to game correctly and mockery. Worth.
My troll, man. My troll is the most useless troll ever made. Of this I am convinced. I believe in you, Stream Elements. What a gamer. I just didn't bother changing it. It's Sunday morning, I'm too lazy. I'm gonna be leaving at about 2. So just a shortish stream. Something I find a little confusing. Have you guys ever seen TikTok Live? Why are you re-rolling that, bud? Why burn a re-roll on? Prophet, I agree. That's what exactly. That is exactly what it feels like. I was watching it last night. Like I was before I was going to bed. I was in bed. I couldn't sleep, so I was just looking at TikTok. The number of drunk 30s to 50s women just live streaming on TikTok. Now, I saw a thing say that you can give gifts. So I assume there's some way to make money. That's what I assume, anyway. Why is my troll so useless? They have their own bit system. Okay. So, it's weird because...
Nice jump, Alistair.
Stefanos just resubbed for 75 months. Good morning.
It's weird because it really does feel exactly like Screwfix said, like you have tuned into... They've hacked into someone's webcam. It's almost always... It's like, it'll be like this. The camera will be here, and they're like... Reading the chat, like that. What's that? Yeah, no, we're just hanging out. Just a woo! Just having a big one. It's a Saturday night, isn't it? It's like that, over and over and over again. Or it'll be like a really badly lit middle-aged lady There was this girl last night. There was 2 English women. They were like complete chavs. They always seem to be living in squalor. I was like, why? What is this? What is happening? Meat. I don't know if... I'm trying to think of... Did he come over for an iSeries one time? Don't know if I ever met him. Very early on when I was starting out, I went to an Insomnia LAN, and there was a bunch of YouTubers there. Like, who was there? Strip In and a bunch of guys like that. Can't remember if TB was one of them, because I didn't know who anyone was at that point. I think Lewis might have been there as well, but yeah, I had no idea who anybody was. So, I might have, but I chatted to him quite often. I mean, there was a Skype sort of support group that he started that had. I don't know why I was in it. I've told this story before, but it was. Like me, TB, Jesse Cox, Dodger, Strippin, Krendor, Northern Lion, a guy called Mathis who does gameplay vids as well. Who else was in there? There were a couple of other people in there that I didn't know. And I was in there because I'd done a couple of YouTube vids with TB and he liked Dota. And he really wanted to do some Dota stuff. Because his main thing was StarCraft, right? Like that was his main thing. So I think he really wanted to do Dota content because he liked esports. So yeah, I remember that. But we never managed to really get it going, unfortunately. Finally. You have to click it up there, dude. But yeah, I don't know why I was in that group. Genuinely. The co-optional podcast, I was on that. Yeah, I was on that ages ago when TB was in decent health, and then I was on it right near the end, which is just, it was awful to see, really was. Completely changed. He's a good lad. He, you know, I know, it was a shame that he fell out with the Yogs guys. I don't know what that was about. That was before my time, really. He was always very kind to me. Helped out a lot. He just knew the industry, you know. One of those guys, he'd been doing it for ages. He dealt with everybody. Just knew the industry. Is the game stable enough to play? This is a very good question. Ugh, my God. I think the only thing that he ever got into, which I really didn't agree with, was he bought into the whole Gamergate thing. Which was... I think he literally thought it was about ethics in games journalism. You know what I mean? And it really wasn't. Like, even if originally that was what people were into it about, it was not what it became. It became just fucking hateful misogyny pouring out over the internet. I don't think he ever really got that. And I'm not saying that it did start out as some kind of ethics in games journalism thing. I mean, it was like basically led by 4chan, wasn't it? They're not going to make a... I mean, they're not going to make a... That's just not their bag. Well, yes, this is about ethics in game journalism. That is never going to be 4chan's angle on anything, as far as I can tell. But yeah, he seemed to sort of buy into that. What's up? How's it going, man? Happy Sunday, mate. Is it really? Fair. Ooh, United Liverpool. Gosh, I don't know, you know.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Easy Peeler just resubbed for 19 months.
Grazie. I know I've predicted the future a number of times, but when it comes to football, I find it very difficult. Flute won! Flute won his volleyball game. So Flute Dude, who's been a long time viewer and subscriber of this channel, I thought his name was Flute Dude because he played the flute, but it's because he's very tall and thin. I guess it's a very funny Dutch joke. I don't know, Man U have been pretty resurgent lately. Certainly Liverpool have been all over the place. So Man U have lost one of their lost one, drawn one, won 3 of their last 5. Liverpool have the exact same record, but I feel like Rashford is just scoring for fun, isn't he? Does he realise it's turn 8? Christopher, it's turn 8, bud. Yeah, there we go. When you say Bobby, do you mean Firmino? I think everything started to go wrong when Sane left. I can't believe they let him go. He was amazing. A lot of underrated players in the Prem. I don't think he was underrated. I mean, you've got a team that's winning things. They brought in Nunez, who's been up and down, right? I feel like Milner was that guy who you could rely on to come in and be Mr. Super Solid and do everything right. He's just so fucking old at this point. I think Henderson is also very old, and you can do better than Henderson. He's like a very steady player, and you need that. A lot of great teams have had a steady player who can pass okay and just runs all day and does pretty much the right thing. You know what I mean? Like in the middle. You had Salah at his peak when he was just untouchably good. It's hard to keep that team going forever. It's always going to be hard to keep that team going forever. It's not easy to replace people like that. Especially because once you become a team like Liverpool who are winning things and doing well, it is expected that you will keep doing those things. Like, you have to keep winning. And so you need to win now would be the Football Manager equivalent. That would be the requirement. Win now, rather than rebuild. So how do you win now when you've got key players that have absolutely been doing it for you and an important part of your team? How do you turn that without spending an absolute fortune and bankrupting the club? It's very hard. This guy's rolled a good few powers. Congratulations, dude. I mean, I think the Arsenal have a really decent chance of winning the title. I think their comeback against us yesterday, whilst annoying, another pow. Yeah, that would be nice if he didn't just knock down every single one of my lads that he blocked. That would be pretty hype. That's the sort of thing that wins you titles, you know what I mean? And again with the pows, this is great. Loving this. Yeah, Fergie just seemed to have a knack for realizing, this guy is X years old, It's probably not going to be good forever. I'll sell him now when he's 30, and some big club will still pay money for him. He did that multiple times, you know. No, my kids aren't into football. Mrs. F isn't into football. She's enjoying watching rugby lately. The Six Nations, we've enjoyed watching that. Not normally rugby watchers. It's not something, even though we live in Twickenham, it's just not something we've ever really been into. But we've enjoyed watching it lately. We used to go, when we lived in Bournemouth after university, me and Mrs. F are both from Dorset. Well, I'm not from Dorset, but that's certainly where I grew up, if you like. Lived there from 8 till about, let me think, early 20s, like 21, something like that. So I've got a real fondness for Dorset and Bournemouth. And after uni, we moved back to Bournemouth. We got a flat, and we would go to Bournemouth games every Saturday. Like, we'd go to the home games, because this is when we were in League One, so you could just walk up, pay your tenner or whatever, and in you go. Whereas now, of course, you've got to have a cousin that works for the club or something. I don't know, some weird thing, in order to get tickets. Just Power City. Another game where all the guys roll with 5s and 6s. The reason I'm annoyed, by the way, is because these two Chaos Warriors and several of these Beastmen do not have block. And normally you expect to roll some both downs, skulls, both down, skull, skull, push, both down. But it's like, pretty sure he's just rolled POWs all the time. Case in point. Yeah, there have definitely been some bad signings by Fergie. But they always seem to sign like a lot of players. You know what I mean? Trans World Sport at Kabaddi on a Sunday morning or something like that. Yeah, Trans World Sport. Who was the commentator on that? I'm trying to think who it was.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Jacob Cat just resubbed for 20 months. Morning Flux.
Morning. Yeah, Phil Jones is easy to have a pop at, let's put it that way. Oh, he was a good player who got unlucky with injuries. Gosh. Are you a Blackburn fan or something? That's a silly opinion. In my professional opinion, that is silly. Is Phil Jones still at the club? He is, isn't he? That in itself is pretty funny. That was silly. This is all we've got, team. Well, just got to hope that they somehow cannot pick up the ball. Did he ever stay injured long enough to get games? Phil Jones? So he has made 169 appearances for Man U in 12 years. In 2015, he signed a new 4-year deal. On 8th of February, in 2019, he signed a new contract until 2023. That was a fair number of dice to throw, wasn't it? That was absolutely fair and reasonable. How much has he earned during that period? Well, let's have a look at Phil Jones. So he's been there for 13 years. And remember, they get paid regardless. So 13 times 52 is 676 weeks. Now let's say he's not still on 80 grand. Let's say conservatively, especially his last contract, I don't think they would have signed him on 100k when he's barely playing. So let's average out how much he's earning, and let's say 75k has been how much he's been earning every week for 676 weeks. Does that seem reasonable? Because that would account for the fact that maybe he was on 80, 90k when it started, and then subsequently he was dropped down to, say, 50, 60 because he's not playing and he's there basically as a backup. So let's just say 75. So 676 times 75,000 is 50 million quid. That cannot be right. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's 50 million before tax, so spare a thought for Phil Jones, everybody. This didn't help. 4 KOs. My man rolled a lot of POWs for a lad with block on only a handful of players. Very frustrating. We didn't knock out any of his lads apart from one lad. It's kind of hard. When they punch better than you punch, it just happens. It just do sometimes be that way. Now we've got block, guard. What do we want to get on Redless? Stand firm. I'm sure we saw a level up on someone else. Cine? What have we got? He's got block, mighty blow, guard. He's got 15 skill points. We could save up and get dodge. Or sidestep or something like that. I don't want to get frenzy. I've already got frenzy on a go. It gets you into trouble sometimes. I'm really thinking grab could just be pretty fucking funny. He's got Cannoneer. Could take Leader. Get another reroll. That's quite nice. I don't think Plague can level up yet. No, he's 1 point away. Christopher. Disgrace. I don't think I've seen Chaos roll that many fucking POWs. Especially your guys, hardly any of them have block. It was just POW City. What is going on? And I knocked down so many of your lads, and they're just like, nah, no problem. He KO'd like 4 of my guys. Get a meal. If you had Claw, it'd be like, ah, fuck, well, fair enough. But it's just like, ridiculous. Ridiculous. It happens. It's just Blood Bowl, innit? At least we didn't lose.
Yogscast rated with 341 viewers.
Grazie. Orcs v Orcs. Golden Teeth Snatchers. Well, this is going to be a rough one. Gerald Sinstad, yeah! Good info. I did try Zero C, but it was alright. He has a substitute and 4 rerolls. Gerald Sinstad, Transworld Sport, man. They'd always cover. So I always used to watch it. I think it was on before Football Italia. Which was just made my Sundays. Wake up in the morning, Transworld Sport, Football Italia. Go! Let's go! That was when Serie A was just wall-to-wall talent. Just strikers everywhere. It wasn't 8 AM. I definitely would have been. I think Football Italia was at about 10. It definitely wasn't at 8 AM. James Richardson. I don't see how I was given 5,000 treasury money. Because his team looks substantially weaker than mine. I'm a little confused. Oh, the number of players that they had was just bonkers, right? We'll run through the best of the 90s in a moment. Hold on. So this is an article, the 20 best players of the 90s in Serie A. Francesco Totti, Rui Costa, Gianluigi Buffon, he was playing back then still. Veron, who looked amazing for Lazio. Cannavaro, who was amazing for Parma. Signori, who was just amazing. Ciro Ferrara was a little bit before I started watching it. Hullet, Lilian Thuram, Gianluca Vialli, Alessandro Nesta, Zinedine Zidane, Marco van Basten, Roberto Mancini, Del Piero, Ronaldo, Baresi, Batistuta, Maldini, Baggio. That's not counting people like Alan Boksic, Pavel Nedved. You had Recoba. I mean, the fucking list goes on and on and on of just talented, unbelievably fun to watch players. Batistuta was my all-time favourite striker. I wanted Fiorentina to win so hard. Zola, people like that. Just stacked with talent. Just absolutely stacked with talent. Yeah, when Gaza went there, Paul Ince went there and did well. It was just, what is going on? How is it this stacked? It was amazing. It was amazing. George Weah, Vieri, yeah, it was something else. A lad who fouls. Down you go, sunshine. I'll take that. Sensible soccer, man, what a game. My mate had a joystick. I think it was called the Potato. It's like a black potato-shaped joystick that just fit your hand perfectly. It had little switches on the side, like this. So you held it like a potato. The switches were here, and the joystick on top. And it was the most comfortable joystick. Nobody's ever copied it, but it was the best I've ever played with. It was absolutely amazing. And the switches were long, so your fingers tucked onto them, and the grip here was really good. It sat perfectly in your hand, and it was a really nice, responsive, clicky joystick. It was excellent. You hold it like a potato, yeah. The way you would hold a potato.
Jump, Alistair.
MR-celebrity just resubbed for 47 months, the big for 7.
Grazie. How big a potato? The kind that would fit in your hands. A baking potato. Imagine you're picking up a potato. You're going to pick it up like this? Or are you going to get your hand around it and hold it? You're holding a potato. Just imagine it. If you've never held a potato, just imagine you're holding a potato. That's what it felt like in your hand. About the size of a potato. And you would hold it the way you would a potato. I don't understand why this is like... Who has never held a potato? Or wouldn't be able to imagine holding a potato? Yes, holding a potato. Because it was called the potato! I said this at the start! Well, that's unfortunate. Well, that's also extremely unfortunate. Two KOs in a turn. Seems like bullshit to me. Who's that at my door? Oh, it's my daughter. Hold on. I mean, I know that those are coming. You know what I mean?
Nice jump, Alistair.
Proximate just resubbed for 108 months. He wasn't even in my 20s when he subbed to this bold man and now I am balding myself.
Molto bene. What do you mean Underworld can field more than 11 units? Underworld is the one that's got like a whole bunch of everything and they can have mutations, right? Which is like some guy liked Skaven and wanted Skaven to be able to have mutations. That's pretty much what that was, isn't it? Am I wrong? Snotlings special rule. You roll a d3 and field that number of snotlings. And they're just random snotlings just appear. It's quite funny. Ooh, I smell the possibility of a concede. I think this lad's had enough. There is a surf here, I think. If I blitz him... Oh no, we could just push to there. Do you get SPP when someone dodges, fails, and injures themselves? Hey, what's up? Yeah, I used to play and fumble a lot. Because it ran on my laptop. Oddly enough, I don't think he wants to take the both down this one. Yeah, he has to take the follow-up so he can get in contact. All right, we gotta hustle. I used to write very long essays on the Fumble forums. This is before I had anything to do. I was just a stay-at-home dad, bored out of my mind. Very long essays about how Claw Bomb Mighty Blow was completely busted. And all of the Blood Bowl veterans were like, don't be ridiculous, just run elves, you're being silly, it's fine as it is. And now what? Everybody's like, maybe we should nerf that, and they have. Should have listened to me 15 years ago. Well, that's something, eh? BAM! No long-term effect. Come on, bud. You don't want to APO this. No long-term effect. Oh my god! None of his lads woke up? Lucha Libre humans. There was a reason most of us in the ISC challengers played each other so we could run fun teams and not Claw Bomb. I mean, exactly, it was like every team, right? And, I mean, here's my case, Virkin. Okay, here's my case. My case was, if it's not a problem, why did people have to specifically set up squishy leagues? Why? Because they don't want to just play against the same shit every fucking game. Because they want to actually have some fun. And for there to be a purpose to winning beyond... I remember I used to spend the entire game kicking the shit out of people. And there was nothing they could do about it. I cleared the entire board of Skaven one time. Like, literally all 11 of his players were off the board. I had a screenshot of it, I don't know where it is. Maybe I could find it. It's going to be on one of my old hard drives. Transfer folders. You could upload your own portraits for players. I did that. So this was one of my favorite things. I drew, let me show you guys. I drew little portraits for all of my players in my Chaos team. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, he's still down 4 lads. That's brutal. But Fumble was great. It had everything. Had every team. Oh, here it is. There's my Chaos team. This is what Fumble used to look like. It was left to right. Look at that. 5 knocked out, 4 badly hurt, 4 are seriously injured, and a lad banned. I cleared the pitch. Oh, I still have that picture. No, Disco Volante is... my friend heard the term Disco Volante because it's Italian for flying saucer. And he was like, that's such a cool sounding word. I knew it. I knew it. He was 1 skull away from conceding. Poor lad. I still don't understand how his MVP was... how his team value was higher than mine. I really don't understand that, because it felt like my team had way more skills than his did. Is 15 enough? No, it's 16. I don't like more than 2 rerolls. I think 2 is fine. He had 4 rerolls. Saved up money this doesn't affect your team value. The amount of gold pieces held in the treasury do not add anything to TV. I don't know if that's something they're going to change. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe when the season starts. But he had 4 rerolls and a substitute. But I mean, this is why I keep my team as lean as possible, right? As lean as possible. No substitutes. Like, we're orcs. Even if we do lose a couple of lads, we're unlikely to. And it's tempting to buy a goblin. Just 1 goblin. But would it actually be useful? We could have a gobbo and foul people with him. Could be the end of this team, because at the moment this is nice and lean. See, I've got leader on my thrower, so that's an extra reroll there. So we have 3. You just have to get leader on someone. It's good to have your thrower is generally not in the action. You know what I mean? But having a gobbo and just stomping on people might be fun. We're gonna hire a goblin. The diplomat. Nope. See, look at the customization options. Are just so limited. So this is going to be who would I describe as like just an absolute goblin? Johnny boy. So I've named them all after something that sovereign citizen lunatics say. So I thought it would be funny. to give my daughter a $5. She's been very helpful. This. We have a Blood Bowl tournament that runs 2 times a year. Someone has a Chaos Dwarf team that's worth so much that anyone playing against it gets inducements to buy everything. Good lord. Oh no, man, don't get me started on Nurgle. I didn't see what the TV was. 12:25. Alright, well. For Poland. Maritime law is the term that they said. Are you standing on your oath today, Judge? That's another one they ask. Are you standing on your oath today? I watched, for some reason, because I've been watching sovereign citizens getting owned on YouTube and stuff, TikTok threw me a video the other day that the sovereign citizens were claiming as a win. And all that happened was the judge called a recess and left the courtroom. And he bowed as he left the courtroom. And they were like, look, he bowed at the sovereign citizen. They know they're beaten. They're just reading so much into it. This guy just came in, spouted all this absolute bollocks, saying he's not under jurisdiction and blah, blah, blah. And the judge obviously said, I'm going to take a fucking recess here while I go and figure out how to approach this case. It was a recess. Didn't mean he won the case. The judge bows to the courtroom, or to the flag, not to this idiot. And I think quite often they're just like, we don't know how to handle this. What do we do? Because it's not that often that you bump into sovereign citizens in a courtroom. Like, it's not, most judges seem to have not bumped into that many of them, because there's not like millions of them. It's still pretty niche. And this judge was just like, we're going to take a recess here. And sort of stepped outside for a minute. Was clearly thinking, what do we do here? How do we handle this? They have been around for ages. They absolutely have been around for ages. But it's not like every day in court there's a sov-sit, right? But yeah, they were claiming it as this big dub, and I was like, what are you talking about? It was so weird. No, we don't get sovereign citizens as much. They do exist here, but the main thing we get is something called free men on the land, which is some other bullshit belief that they have, where the freemen believe that the laws begin and end with the Magna Carta and shit like that. Like that's genuinely what they believe. So yeah, they're very, very strange, very, very strange. Reichsbürger. Basically, right-wing loons that insist that the empire of the Kaiser is still the only legal entity. It's this kind, exactly this kind of crap. So the idea is, for anyone that doesn't know about sovereign citizens, the idea is that they didn't agree to these new laws and stuff like that, so they don't apply to them, and they go back to some, like, they seem to think that if you have an old enough document, it's like people who say this remedy has been around for 1,000 years, as if that means it's any good. Do you know what I mean? Alright, we got a ball. Ball is in play. It's going to be a very hard game. So here's the thing: they do. I don't think they're. I think they're crazy for what they believe, but there is a bizarre logic to what they believe, right? And they created this little universe, where they think they've got it. You know what I mean? They think, like, we've figured this out, and all you chumps don't understand the laws. You know what I mean? Like, they seem to believe that they're really onto something. And I can't honestly fault the consistency with which the message, certainly in America, has been disseminated. Whether it's by the internet or people... I know that people make a lot of money by charging for all these ridiculous... fucking websites and shit that they seem to have. There is some consistent logic to it. Now, it's not good logic. It's not actually... It doesn't actually make any sense, but it's still consistent. Do you know what I mean? Like, they believe these few things, and they really do think that they've got it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to really put into words, I guess, when I'm trying to play Blood Bowl at the same time. But imagine if they think that they've cracked it, and the consistency with which they say the bullshit that they say the number of them saying the same thing is pretty remarkable. This troll, man, I'm telling you, this fucking troll. We're gambling. Yeah, exactly, iBlaster. They they really seem to think it works. Like, they really do think it works. And I'm sure there's guys posting on there all the time. Another victory for our movement, and look how, you know, they'll cull clips from courtrooms that cut off. But I've never seen a video where the police or the judge say, well, you've got us there. Yep, no, he's right. These laws don't apply to him. He doesn't need a driving license. The Magna Carta is still in effect. He was traveling, not driving. Like, it never happens. You will never see that video. All you see is very tightly edited bits where it looks like the judge is confused, which is a reasonable reaction to this stuff. But I can find hundreds of videos where they get owned. So what is happening? Where are they buying this belief from that it's working? It's just people believing some website. That's the best I can see. It's just people believe some guy's website. Oh yeah, it's absolutely a pipeline of insanity. That's a good way of putting it. Like, they're all just feeding into each other's delusion. Good God. Oh, he's regenerated. Yeah, that could be it. Like, their identity is being a sovereign citizen. I think part of it is that they've been conned into this idea that they will never have to pay for things that they don't want to have to pay for. Like, the gist of it is, you don't have to pay for a driver's license. You don't need car tax. You don't need registration. Like, that's the gist of it, right? Almost always comes down to that. You don't have to pay for these things is a very appealing thing to people. And I don't see sovereign citizens knocking about who are loaded. Apart from the guys running the racket at the top, right? Jesus Christ. Is it another game of POWs? I don't think it's a special thing at all. I don't think it's about them wanting to feel special. I don't get that. I think it's just poor people who are not that intelligent who have been convinced that if you say this stuff, you're in the right. I think that's it. I really do. It's sad. I think it is genuinely quite sad. No, so it is actually quite dangerous. I think that the FBI considers the sovereign citizen movement as like the most likely to be a domestic terrorist organization, because it begins with I don't want to have to pay road tax or whatever Americans have to pay, registration or driver's license, and it ends with I'm going to show them. Like, it is a genuine concern when it comes to domestic terrorism that it could easily come from the sovereign citizen movement. Like, there are a lot of them are like the FBI and everything are very concerned about these guys. I mean, there's also the whole thing with people's... There's a whole nother subset of YouTubers who are what they call themselves auditors. And their idea is that they are auditing how well the Constitution and all that is being upheld. So they believe that I mean they're free speech absolutists for one thing, which I don't have a problem with genuinely, but they are firm believers in the idea that I'm allowed to film here and all that kind of stuff. They will just go into public places with a camera. And they do it because they think that, like, they've read a bit of a law, but not enough of it to really understand it. But they've also, even if they're in the right, the problem is they're going about it the wrong way. Because you don't need to audit a bunch of people at work. People just doing their job. And all they really want to do is go about their day and not have some weirdo filming them. So imagine if you're at your job, some guy comes in and he's got a camera and he's just walking around the office just filming. Just filming. And he's like, I'm allowed to be here, I'm allowed to film. I'm permitted to be here, I'm allowed to film. It's like, even if that's true, can you just chill, dude? Whew, woo lad. This guy's throwing the pals today. I mean, they will go to like a business that has what's called an easement, which is a part of land that might have been private, but the council, the state, or the the local sort of town or whatever, has purchased that land so they can build like lampposts there and shit. And the idea is that that is public land, so you're allowed to film there. But what are you filming? You're filming some guys at work, and you are essentially coming across like a big weirdo. You're not serving some great public good. You're not achieving anything. You're just doing it because you can do it. You know what I mean? This is it. Yeah. So you're at work and there's some guy standing on a bit of land 20 yards away just filming you. And reasonably, those people call the police and say, there's some weird guy filming us. And the police turn up and say, why are you filming them? And it's like, what are you hoping to achieve here? You're not auditing anything. You're just being a dick. People don't want you to just fucking stand around filming them when they're at work. But that's what they do. My man has thrown a lot of fucking pals for a team with bare block. Every fucking block. This is just like the last game. Just Pal City. Finally. Shazbeth. I am not happy with the dice in this match. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not happy with the number of POWs this man has rolled. For a team with no block, yet again, a team with no block, just doing what they do. How? Guy has block on like his star player, and as far as I can tell, that's it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Blackhawks are very strong. They seem very strong. Oh, great. Oh, this is going really well. He's got everyone. We have 2 players injured and 2 players KO'd. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fantastic. Oh, my man's just rolled fucking like a god. The score is here 0-0. I don't think it's possible to get more than 10 goals. I do not think that's possible. Ah, heavy sigh. No, I don't think it's possible. Oh, you mean if I, like, gave you the ball and stuff? I still don't think it's... It would be very, very hard. Reminder, he doesn't have block on anyone. Just a reminder about that. This guy has just been godly lucky. We have 9 armor, by the way. If you get a blitz at every kickoff, then 16 is technically possible. How? They took turn 1 touchdowns, basically one turn touchdowns, more or less out of the game. And bear in mind that they're not kicking to you every time, are they? You have to kick to them. Where would you put the ball? I don't understand how that would work. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. The guy doesn't have block. He only has block on one guy. How is he doing this? Whatever. Unfucking believable. Just team deleted. Not even by a team with claw. This team is literally done. You're watching the death of this team. Because we've got so many permanent injuries now, the team is dead. Honestly, it's the problem with a game based around D6. Is the variance is just insane. This is utterly ludicrous. Unreal! This is not the Nurgle team. This team has fucking nothing. He has no claw. He has no block. Like, it's ludicrous. And for the... Nobody woke up. Again. This cannot fucking happen. I've never ever seen this against a team that doesn't have fucking claw, mighty blow on everybody. Absolutely unreal. Level 1 Nurgle bloaters just fucking destroying my team. How does that happen? How does that happen? It does not happen. I am literally the most cursed gamer of all time. Never get any fucking luck. Cannot tell me I get any luck ever. Does not happen. Oh my days. He gets our player, yeah, I think. Just look at the state of this team now. Take a look. Miss next game. +1 to all casualty rolls. -1 strength. So that is a retired Black Orc. No, no. Look. If you have like subs, that is free team value that you're giving to the opponent. If you run a tight team with like 2 rerolls, no substitutes, imagine if I had an extra lineman, right? So that's another 60k. That's like skills for him. That's inducements for him. There's no way that you should have more players. Trust me. That was just a dicing. There's no way it was anything else. That was pure dicing in its rawest form.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Super Pammans just resubbed for 41 months of excellent content. Keep the madness rolling, Mr. Flax.
Oh, did we get any level ups? And, sorry for eating, here's another problem I have, is leveling up your guys is too fucking slow. Somebody said the guy who designed the game didn't intend for teams to get like this. Well, tough shit, buddy. Your game is now like this. I don't care what your intention was when you made Blood Bowl. We're not playing the board game version anymore. We're playing this online version. You can play 10, 12, 15, 20 games in a day. But you'd have to do that to level up your lads. And get into the higher TVs and get some really interesting games. Where there's real thought about, oh, this guy's got guard, but this guy's got stand firm. This guy's got frenzy. You know, it adds to the tactical decision making. It's interesting. And by just saying, oh, well, it wasn't meant to be like that, so we're not going to fucking sort it out. It's just like, alright, so what you're saying is, I don't care how you're playing the game, you're doing it wrong. Which is stupid. Are you aware there is a rebuy system? You won't be able to play high TV when it's in. What does that mean? like when they said there was a skill point system coming out, I thought, oh cool. That means that rather than have a player earn points, it's just the team earns points and you can spend them how you want. Of course, that's not the case. But how the fuck am I meant to level up a basic Blackhawk? He's just food. Just gonna get the shit kicked out of him. Have to get very lucky. And now we got Nurgle again. Oh no, hold on. Rebuy is a seasonal TV cap where at the end of each season you have to rebuy your team, usually set down to 1400. What do you mean season? What, every few months they wipe everything, or? Or do you mean every 14 games is like the end of the season? But now there seems to be no problem having shitloads of money, right? So if they do that, they're going to kill Blood Bowl. People won't fucking play. Here's my problem with the argument that it was never meant to be like that. Why have permanent injuries and death then? Because that should only matter if I'm building a team long term. Right? Like, I'm not kidding. If every 14 games you lose your team, people will stop playing this game. That would be the stupidest thing they could do. Congrats, Flute, on your win. I don't see why you would add that in a game where people play dozens of games of Blood Bowl to level up their lads, and then you're like, oh, well, now you need to rebuy them, they're all gone. It's silly. People like playing at the high TV, that's the whole point. It would just be all private leagues. And the problem with that is, the public ladder would just be replaced by a private league where that's not the case. Why does this guy think Nurgle are worse in Blood Bowl 3? Nurgle are really fucking strong. Look at the skills they get. There's a 1 in 6 chance I cannot block half your team. What the fuck? It doesn't make picking up harder. I think it just makes throwing and catching the ball harder. It's called, what is it? I can't remember. Yeah, foul appearance. But it's just a 1 in 6 chance to not even be able to block them at all is crazy good. It's just... I feel like Games Workshop have been successful against all odds. Do you know what I mean? They used to be such a lovable company. I used to buy White Dwarf every week. I loved everything they made. Loved it. And then some fucking cunts came in and took over the company. That is what is meant to happen when you don't have block and you are out of rerolls in your minus 2D blocking. Just FYI, Blood Bowl. Why would he blitz my poor wee Saz back? Ah, I see. No. I like Magic. I mean, it is fun. Commander mode is really fun. Oh, the game's bugged? Waiting for the use of Fend. Ha ha ha! He's going after my lad. So they have fixed some things, but I don't know if they've introduced new problems or what, because problem I had was the game crashed post-patch. Glorious moment. We picked up the ball in traffic, threw it, made the throw. The guy was about to make the catch and the game froze. That was frustrating. I was so angry. In the pop-up, would you like to send an error message? I said, nice patch, you fucking idiots.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Niald just resubbed for 74 months.
I do
Just
feel bad
saying,
about.
guy.
Some poor dev had to read that. Thank you. I also think, you know, what would be nice is if, I don't know if it's possible, I would like to be able to set up a league so that all the skill point values are much, much higher. So that people can really play in a fun league where they level up quickly and the game's really exciting. Someone suggested you should get skill points every time a player plays and completes the game on the pitch, they should get skill points. I was like, that sounds great. 2 skill points. That way, if my team gets deleted by some chaos team, I think, oh, it's not that bad. Because the problem is getting things like block on your Black Orc, for example, is every Orc player's, or if you're a chaos player, getting it on your bloaters, is a problem. It's hard. But you wouldn't have to play that many games to level your team up back to where they were. I think that would be fine. I've also said for a long time, why is a touchdown worth 3? 3. I know an injury is worth 2. That encourages you to just clobber people. Why would you ever bother to play to score touchdowns when you can get as many skill points, basically, by punching the opponent? It makes no sense. Does he know? Why is he falling over? Oh, he's knocked out from the heat. We're down with heat stroke. How many left did he lose to heat stroke? A bloater and a pestigore, and he's down a rotter. Well, this just got very, very, very much harder, didn't it? Also, get rid of this shit. Do you know what I mean? Get rid of this fucking kickoff dog shit. It's so stupid. You can be having a really good game and suddenly it's like, oh, now you're down 4 players. So what the fuck is going on? I mean, at least it is fixed at the same number of players per team, but it's just, what the fuck? I've yet to have Blitz kickoff result. Pretty sure I've yet to have it. It'd be nice to have. Ball lands there, and we get Blitz. That would be nice. We're down our star player. I've had that Hexy. I've had throw a rock, resulting in the death of a player. Literal star player, throw a rock, dead. Apo, dead. But you're meant to have an advantage at kickoff. That's the point. You've got the ball. You get to go first. He's angry. He's angry, so he re-rolled. Get killed. Just regens. That's another thing. That is another thing. Nurgle nerfed. Fucking get a free APO on your lads. Thank you, Sashimi. He's going after Johnny Boy! Way, regen! 2 can play at that game, son. Go, Johnny! I'm going to say it right now. Johnny is unknockdownable. Unlike Orc Lineman. First of his name. And Sazbeth, of course. There's another retirement for Sarah Beth. So in the last 2 turns, this thing killed my troll, who luckily came back from the dead, and then has retired Sarah Beth. It's just good play. Yeah, I don't know why they have 9 armor. Or 9 plus. It's pretty mad, isn't it? Another reroll trying to kill Wee Johnny! No, Johnny! Folks, he's okay. He's made a boo-boo. He's made a boo-boo. This is our best chance. Can anyone see what the boo-boo is? Maybe I've made a boo-boo. put this guy in the wrong square. That was the boo-boo. If I put him there, I can blitz the ball carrier. Annoying. Annoying. They miss Pally. I thought I could get the block on him there. That's annoying. GG. Fuck! Really thought I had him there. I thought without any rerolls he'd there was a chance he would fuck up, but no. Johnny! No, it would be a classic Nurgle walloping if he had claw on everybody. I don't know why you're guarding him, bud. Sorry, what? He didn't have a reroll left. Why did he get a reroll there? he doesn't have Brawler. That was weird. Well, we made a play for glory and we whiffed it, unfortunately. I always try to go for the win, you know? Could have just played defensively. Probably should have. Just want to get that 2-0 dub feels so much better, you know? No, Brawler only works on block as well. Yeah, I know it said it was team reroll, but I'm sure he didn't have any left. Maybe he did. Either way, the fact that he had team rerolls left on turn fucking 15 just goes to show how busted the dice were again. Ooh. Killed him and argued the call and succeeded. Oh shit, Bob got a level up in his first game. That's fortunate. Wow, that's lucky. Whew, normally that takes fucking ages. Sarah Beth is, of course, fired. Although she does have tackle. You know what, Saz? We'll keep you. Yeah, he was like, that's a foul. You're sent off. Foul. Ref. He's standing over there. Oh, yeah. Alright, I better go because I got to get dressed and I got to go do some golf. Ugh. I will see you guys tonight for Call of Cthulhu. Till then, take it easy. Peace out.